The things I thought was going to happen in my 20s versus what actually happened in my 20s. What's up, you guys? Hi, welcome back to my channel. If this is your... Oh, I think I'm screaming. Sorry. Let me back this mic up just a little bit and tone my voice down by a lot. So, okay, my bad. Let's start over. Hey guys, hey, hi, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl here, Miss Amika, present. Feel like it's a classroom. Welcome to my channel. And honestly, guys, right now I'm gonna send y'all to grab a snack, grab a drink, and come on in. Let's get our makeups done. Let's get pretty and chit chat about how delusional I was as a teenager and how life has a way of humbling your ass, because life sure as hell humbled me. Because I'm gonna need somebody to explain to me why the hell life is actually completely different from what I imagined it to be. So come on in with me and we're going to talk about all the things that I thought was going to happen in my 20s, but what actually happened instead. Yeah, let's get into it. But hold up, wait, before we jump into it, if any of these sounds familiar to you, don't leave me hanging in the comments. Let me know, because I know I'm not the only one. I always used to think when I go through certain things in life that I was the only one going through them, which is why I used to stress the way I do over every little thing that I went through in my life. And then I'm like, bro, I am not the only one. Calm down. Calm down. All right, let's get into it. All right, y'all. So as you can tell, my eyebrows are done. I also went ahead and prepped my skin. I did my skincare. Yes, your girl is now on a skincare journey that I'm not going to put down. I need all these dark spots and marks to go away. I cannot deal with it. No. So I picked up this primer that I'm going to try for the first time. I got the sample size just to try it. But listen, if it's one thing, one size comes through every time. So if this primer does it for me, I'm telling you, I'm getting the full size, and this is going to be the new holy grail. Ooh, this is my first time trying it. I know almost everything from one size is like the absolute goat. So let's see how this primer is going to perform. Now, let's talk about the first biggest lie I told myself. I made a promise to myself, and I really felt like this was going to be my actual life. I really thought. And in a way, I'm not going to lie, like, I'm kind of really sad that it didn't went that direction or it didn't went that route. But when I was 15 and 17 years old, I remember walking home from school with my group of friends. And I used to always say to them that I'm going to be married by the time I'm 25. And I'll never forget, because there was this one house on my way home, and the house was so beautiful. And the number was actually number 25. So I always used to tell my friends that, like, I'm going to live in a beautiful home by the time I'm 25. I'm going to marry my husband, and we're going to have like 3 kids. And and I always had that fairy tale. That was the first lie I ever told myself. Listen to me. Nope. I'm now in my 30s and still not married. Girl life had me thinking that by the time I am 25, your girl is going to be married with her kids and her husband in my beautiful neighborhood and my beautiful white house with the picket fence, and my beautiful kids with my great credit score and my nice car. And life was like, I got other plans for your ass. I do. Girl, nobody told me about that ghetto thing that someone created called bills. Oh my gosh, nobody told me about bills. I'm growing up and I'm like, oh my God, my life is going to be lit. I'm going to have all these friends, and I'm going to be like the best host. I'm going to have like house gatherings on a regular basis, and I'm going to have all the money to entertain. And my house is going to be big enough to have my 3 kids. And if anybody wants to stay over, I'll have enough space that they can stay over. Yeah, man. That's exactly where my mind was in my late teens, early 20s. Once I got into my 20s, I was already living on my own. It wasn't a beautiful home. And then I got pregnant at 21. So far, I'm not married, but I have a kid. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna knock it because, chances are I could still get married by I'm 25. By the time I'm 25, life said, girl, no. Life said, no. I have other plans for you. And I guess life just wanted me to know that maybe whoever I was choosing as my partner was just not it. And life knew, Mother Nature knew, God knew exactly what he was doing. This is why we're not supposed to question him, because I probably would have still been going through the worst had I been married to maybe that particular individual. Who knows? But what I do know is that I dodged a bullet and I'm happy. So yes, so life kind of humbled me in that sense, but at the same time, I was able to dodge a bullet. Now the next life humbling thing, the next lie life taught me. I thought I thought that money was always going to just magically appear. Yep, I did. I thought that money was going to always be there, bro. Like I said, nobody talked about the bills. Nobody talked about rent or mortgage, but like I don't have a mortgage, so I'm going to say rent. Nobody talked about rent. Nobody talked about gas. Nobody talked about electricity. Nobody talked about utilities. Okay, if you're in Canada, you know exactly what I'm saying, because I'm not sure how the other parts of the world is set up, but we pay gas, utility, hydro, internet, everything. Like nobody talked about that part. So here I am going along with my little delusional self thinking that yes, this is what my life is going to be like. And then gas said, what up? Rent says, hey. And grocery says, bitch, hi. Everything just popped up on me. It really did me like that. And then on the other hand, you want to try to look decent. You want to try to look okay, you know? And everything is due at the same time. You want to get your nails done. The same time you want to probably get some new skincare products. Everything is due at the same time. And then what do? That was one of the second life humbling things that life has taught me. The third thing that was so humbling to me, or the third thing life taught me, is that the friends that you think are going to be there forever are not. And this is something that I'm currently trying to teach my kids. I am trying to teach my kids this exact lessons. No. First of all, I do not have not one friend from high school that I hang out with today. Not one. Maybe I'll go certain places and then like I'll see some of them, but I don't have one high school friend that I hang out with to this day. At the end of my high school, all I wanted to do was get the hell out of there. Like I was accused of stuff that had absolutely nothing to do with me. All I tried to do was help someone, and it turned around to be one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my entire life. It was publicly embarrassing. And to this day, the way how so many people was looking at me in high school when they thought I did the thing, I wish if those same people had found out loudly, the same way, very loudly, that I actually didn't do. The proof came out, and I was hoping that those same people were going to see that whatever it is that I was accused of doing, that I did not. But then I ended up ending high school. I think a couple people found out the truth, but not a lot of people. And but yes, most of the friends that I thought that I most of the friends I had in my 20s, in my teens, I am no longer friends with any of them. And I am so okay with that. You have no idea. No, because I can't do drama. I'm not into it. I'm not in the mood for it. I can't. I refuse to put up with unnecessary drama High school drama with friends? No. Especially now in my 30s, girl, that can completely miss me. It's a no, it's a pass for me. The next thing I thought, but definitely wasn't so, was that confident women just literally wake up one day and they're confident. I had no idea of the struggles of being a confident woman. I had no idea that confidence was actually. I had no. Excuse the sound of this fan if you can actually hear it through the mic. I thought that you just wake up one day and you're a confident woman. I never thought that confidence was something that was built over time, over years. I never thought that you need to spend time on working and pouring into yourself. I really and genuinely thought that you wake up one day and you just decide once you finish high school, oh, why is this being pitchy patchy? Don't play with me. I thought once you graduate from high school, you can just decide that, you know what, I'm going to change my persona and I'm going to be a confident woman. No. Confidence is actually something that's built over time, and it took time for me to learn that. But now that I know it, my confidence is through the roof. I am so bold and confident, and I'm so proud of myself and everything that I've achieved over the years. Like, some days, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I got it completely together. I don't. Some days I feel confident. Some days I feel homeless. Some day I feel overwhelmed. But at the end of the day, I still try my best to figure it out and still push through. But that was one of the things that my 20s had me completely messed up about. Man, and can we also talk about how exhausting socializing can be now? Oh my gosh, in my 20s? In my 20s, I used to be outside. Like, I'm talking about my early 20s. Like, I used to be like working in a salon with my cousin, and the best time ever was like Caravana weekend, like Carnival weekend. And the salon used to be so packed. I used to be down there helping my cousin, getting busy, making some money. And like, I would work with my cousin at the salon all day. And then when I'm done, I am out on the road from Thursday to Sunday. I am out. I'm partying every single where. I am outside living up my best life from one party to the next, like party hopping, outside living it up, having fun. Guys, now, oh my gosh, now, man, oh goodness, it's like you call me now and you're like, oh, this event is going on, let's go. I'm gonna question you, like, what time it's starting? Where is it? What time is it ending? Girl, no, you're not gonna see me. I'm sorry. Oh, it's going until after night? Yeah, no. Oh, it's starting 9 o'clock? Oh, it's starting 10 o'clock? Okay, no problem. You're not seeing me, just so you know. Oh, can we also talk about it? Can we talk about it? No, like, seriously, can we actually talk about it? What is it about 30s? What happens? I remember being in my early 20s and telling my same cousin who owned the salon, I used to be like, girl, you in your 30s, you old. And now it's so funny because my sisters who are in their early 20s, when they find out that I'm in my 30s, now they're the ones looking at me like, oh my God, you're old. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I used to say the same thing to her cousin. And look at me now. Oh my God, your turn is soon. Because I don't know what it is. Like, we always feel like we're never going to get there. And now that I am here, I am like, bro, what actually is this kismanic ghetto-ness of being 30 and just being so drained? Listen, I be pumping up on my iron medications, on my iron pills, and my vitamins because your joints be hurting. Nobody tells you about that. Your whole 20s, nobody tells you. The most they do is tell you, oh, yep, make all the fun that, yep, talk all the shit you want and make all the fun that you want because your day is coming. I'm like, girl, I have a long way to go. And then I close my eyes and wake up and I'm 30, and I close my eyes and wake up again and now I'm 32, and I'm just like, wait. Pause. Pause for a second. I would like to make it clear to now all my aunties who are now in their 50s and their late 40s. I am very sorry. I take all those words back. You were right. I was absolutely wrong. You are an inspiration to me. I am now so proud to sit down and say that you kept on going and going and going. Because the funny thing is, the same cousin that I used to be calling old, she was outside going a lot. Like, yes, I am young. We were partying together. So she still had like the energy to keep going. And now I'm here in my 30s and I'm like, bro, what is this ghetto-ness? Like, what is this? Right? So I still give them props. Big up to all the cousins and all the aunties, you know, who are in their 30s, but they keep pushing and they keep going regardless of how difficult it might be. You keep going. Big up you. Yay. And I also will say that you were definitely right. Now that I am here, I am seeing it for myself, and oh boy, it isn't funny. It's not funny when the shoe is on the other foot. You feel me? Now that I am here and I'm witnessing how this really gets down, nah, I am so sorry, and I am also so proud of you for keep going, and you are now an inspiration to me. I take all those words back. Who am I? Do you want me to get you the belt so that you can put some lashes on my bum bum for making fun of y'all? But no, y'all, in all seriousness and all jokes to the side, let's talk about it. Truly, nobody truly has life fully figured out, right? The women that you're looking up to who are in their 30s or maybe in their 40s, and you're now coming up and you're looking up to them, they're also figuring it out. They're also trying to figure out life as they go. Nobody really has the formula. Nobody really has the answer. I'm just grateful that, listen, I made it to be 30 and more, because, you know, life be lifing. And, you know, once we get to this stage, we shouldn't be looking at it like, oh my gosh, life is over. We're now in our 30s. I definitely don't look at my life like that. I'm still looking for great possibilities in my life still. And yeah, I'm grateful that I'm still here. And I'm grateful that, yes, I am here, but I'm also still figuring things out as a mother, as a woman, and as a child of God. And you know what? Maybe where you thought you would have been in your life, maybe you're not there right now, but it's fine. It's okay. Life, like I said, life be lifing. We all have 24 hours in a day. It's up to you what you want to make of it, right? The life that you want is still reachable. It just takes like a lot of sacrifice. It's sacrifice. And one of the things that I am now learning to get into is fasting. Not only manifesting and praying, but actually fasting, so that way you can hear God clearer and you can talk with him and let him know, like, pour your heart out and let God know that where I thought I was going to be, I'm not there. And you can also ask him if he could really please help you. He is our Father. He's always listening. He's always there to help. So, you know, definitely, like, talk with God, get closer to God, get into your fasting and your praying. And, you know, let that be the beginning of getting yourself to that place that you want to be. And keep in mind, your 20s isn't about having everything together. Most certainly not. Your 20s isn't about having it all together and everything pitch perfect. No. A lot of situations changes in life. Your family dynamic changes. So many things can go either left or right, you know, in your 20s, and it's just life. Like, you can't fight life. Life does what life wants. In the meantime, while you have 24 hours still clicking on your clock, just try to make the best of it, because life is going to do what life wants to do when life is ready to do what it wants to do. If that makes sense, right? Your 20s isn't about figuring out everything. Your 20s is about finding yourself. For me, I'm not gonna lie, my 20s took me a while. I took a while to find myself, and I would say that I found myself in my 30s actually. Within the last 2 years, I would say, is when I found myself. So it definitely took me a while. But like I said, most of us are still trying to figure it out. You understand? And I'm definitely one of the women who are still working on figuring it out. You understand? So, yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead, finish up my makeup. I don't have much to do anymore. I'm just gonna set my face and then I'll be right back. All right, y'all. So the makeup part of today's video is now done. And so is our chit chat for today, guys. But we don't have to leave it off here, okay? We can continue in the comment section. Get down in the comment section and tell me what is one thing that you thought was going to happen in your 20s that absolutely did not happen. Trust me, I need the laugh. Please get down in the comment section and make my day. All right. Well, that is it for me today, guys. It was a pleasure having you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.